morning, everyone. If you can hear me, kindly send a chat saying I can hear you so that we can be sure that we are on the same page. If you can hear me, kindly send a message through the chat and then let me know if you can hear me. Okay, good. All right. Abayomi, I can hear you. Gabriel, I can hear you. Good. Okay. I've decided I will give a 10-minute break opportunity, a room for others to join, and then we'll start. Please mute your mic. If you're joining us, kindly mute your mic. And if you can hear me, kindly send a chat to the chat room that you can hear me. All right, Ibrahim, you're welcome. Okay, this is the 10 minutes window room. Without wasting much of our time, let's get started. If you can see my screen, I'm sharing my screen right now. If you can see my screen, kindly let me know. If you can see my screen, kindly let me know. All right, Beulah, good. Okay, so we want to start. We still have so many people trying to join us. I just want to take everybody all at the same time, but I guess that's not possible. So, okay, Zion, you can see my screen, beautiful. I would love, and I would love to take everybody at a go, but I guess we still have others who will still be joining us while the training is going on. All right, I want to welcome you all to this first live training we're having for our Digital Skill for Teachers platform. And like I have said earlier on, that this platform is on a mission to equip teachers with the necessary and relevant skills that are in high demand currently in this digital economy. So I want to start with a bit of introduction and some insight before we go into the training proper. So this training is going to be in two sections. We started this one by 11 a.m. Nigerian time, and then we will go off by 11:40. So we'll go for a 10 minutes breather, short break, and then by 11:50, we'll come back again, and then we'll conclude it by 12:30. So at the end of this live training, there's going to be an assessment, which is important to engrave into your memory what exactly you'll be learning today. So the assessment is just to check your level of understanding and comprehension of everything we're going to be discussing this morning. So okay, I'm still trying to admit some people in. So that's, I guess, going to continue as we move on into the training. So a bit of introduction. My name is Olani Olajide, and I am a certified digital skill trainer, certified by Google and then Microsoft. I also run a business firm called Edubeta, and we offer digital solutions to schools and small business owners. So it's part of my mission to uh, be a point of contact for as many as individuals who are in the educational field to develop some certain high demand digital skills, which will improve them career-wise, and which will also give them the platform of opportunities to improve their own standard of living. Because when you talk about teachers, especially in this part of the world, a third world country like Nigeria, you agree with me that there are so many um, adjectives that's being used to describe teachers. Most teachers, they call them low income earners. Most teachers, they call them those who are suffering and smiling, those uh, who are passionate. Oh, somebody's writing on the screen. Can you not touch your screen, please? Please kindly not touch your screen, because if you do that, you'll be writing on the presentation screen. So please kindly not touch your screen so that we avoid the annotations. Thank you. So I was saying that teachers have been called so many names due to the fact that the nature of our job has put us in the situation where you're working tirelessly as a teacher, and there is nothing really to show forth for it. Your efforts are not commensurating your income. They're not commensurating um, your you know your income, your salary that you're earning. And this poses a lot of challenge, in fact, to the economy and then also to the teaching field, because you have a lot of teachers who have lost interest in the profession due to the fact that the profession is not really giving them what they really want. They are giving the profession their all, their passion, their energy, their effort, their dedication and commitment and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's not really encouraging them to keep pushing forward. And then from the little research that I conducted, I discovered that it's not only um, peculiar to our own society here in Nigeria, because you have a lot of other countries where you hear news of teachers going on strike, lecturers going on strike because of pay and all of that. And I came to the conclusion that really, if you want to succeed in the teaching field, you have to think beyond the current service that you're rendering, which is you going into the classroom and then offer your students or your learners knowledge, and then in return at the end of the month, you get paid. You can have, you can create opportunities for yourself that goes beyond just that. And it starts by, you know, developing yourself professionally, going through series of professional growth and development, adding more values to yourself, investing in yourself, adding more skills to your skill set. And then you discover that at the end of the day, you are fulfilled. And then not only that, you have something to show for your fulfillment in terms of finances, in terms of income. So that is one of the reasons, or let me say the ultimate goal of this platform, of this digital skills for teachers platform, so that we can help each other to create an opportunity where we can grow, we can develop in our profession and other areas that we can now use those areas, those skills that we've gathered during those training, during the exposure we have in those areas to serve our benefits, to serve at our own advantage. So teachers this morning, I want you to be open-minded. I want you to see the possibility that technology can give to you, the power that comes with it that you can use, you can amass, and then use it for your own advantage. Use it to develop yourself, use it for career growth, use it for professional development, and also use it to increase your finances. Very, very important, because you discover that most of the teachers that we have in the private schools and public schools are struggling. Yes, most of us are struggling with our daily needs. Most of us are struggling with you know, with the finances, with the income, and then it's even affecting our profession. It's even affecting our service delivery. So I don't want to give you a case scenario outside of this training, of this gathering. I myself is one of the best case scenario that I can give you. As a teacher who ventured into the technological space, the digital world, and then amass various skill sets that are in high demand, various skill sets that I now use to, at my own advantage, use to develop myself, use to develop my teaching methodology, use to also improve my income or earnings. So that is the journey that I would love to expose you to see the insight, to see the opportunities that is available that you can take advantage of and then build something fantastic for yourself. So I just decided to start with this morning to charge us up to uh, see what is out there for us as teachers, just outside just outside just normal teaching routine or daily teaching routine and all of that. And then we can see what opportunities are lying outside of our daily school services, training, and all of that, and other things that we can do to build up ourselves, to increase our values, to increase our values, and then increase our skill set, and then see where we go from there. We have other case scenarios of teachers who are doing fantastically well that we can model. Why I'm saying this is because we have various levels um, of earning range for teachers. We have teachers who are, you know, even below the salary scale of 30,000. We have, in fact, I saw a tweet, I think yesterday, where a teacher with 3 kids is earning 20,000 naira per month. I mean, it's so sad hearing such news, but it's the reality. We have to face it. It's the reality. So we have a lot of teachers in that kind of categories who are, you know, in the teaching profession, and then they are struggling to just get by. And it's not, yes, partly because the way the economy is, and also because they have refused to see beyond where they are. They have refused to see beyond what they can do or what they can add to what they are doing to improve their standard of living, to improve their earnings, to improve to enlarge or to increase their source of income. So this is part of the reason why we are having this. Yes, part of the reason why we are having this. And then we want everybody to benefit from the opportunities that are lying there in the digital space. In a short note, what I'm trying to say is that as a teacher, you'll be learning how to use digital tools, how to use technology to advance in your career and also to improve your standard of living in terms of finances and income. So that is just about 40 minutes of me trying to um, give you an insight of what um, this is all about, and then to open your mind to expose you to the possibilities that are out there that you're probably ignoring, or that you're probably, having a one foot in and then one foot out. You're not sure. You are skeptical that, okay, is this for me? Can I really flourish in this tech things that everybody are just ranting about these days? So I will just stop at that introduction and insight, and then I want to go into the training proper. So the first training that I have organized for us to experience is what I call digital element for education and how to master them for professional use. So since the COVID-19 lockdown, and even before that, we have what we call digital education, where teaching and learning takes place with the help of technology. And then we have a lot of learning institutions that have incorporated these ideas. We have some that are hybrid, in the sense that you have schools where the teachers take the learners physically and also online. And this is no more a new trend. Since the COVID-19, pre-COVID-19, and even post-COVID-19, it has become the normal trend. So we want to start from there, because we still have a lot of teachers that are novice in this digital education era, and they are not exposed, not because they don't want to, but because they don't have the opportunity, they don't have the platform that offer them this kind of opportunities. Sorry, can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Can you send a message to the chat? Let me know. Let me be sure that you can hear me. I just read that somebody can't hear me. Can everybody hear me? All right. Okay, let's continue. So, yes, thank you. Yes, all right, let's continue. So we want to start with digital elements in education, because that is the foundation of digital education. You cannot talk about digital education without mentioning of digital elements. So it is the digital elements that comes together that birth digital education. So that is why we want to pick it from here, to let you understand what elements are in the digital space, and then how you can use these elements to improve yourself skill-wise, career-wise, and then how you can also transport them into what can end up giving you more money as a teacher. So, and I'll be happy to see the after effect of all of these trainings in areas like, teachers advancing their skills and then moving from one teaching ladder to another. Because if you ask me, we have some learning institutions or schools that pay teachers well. And if you take a closer look on this kind of schools and this kind of teachers that teaches in those schools, you discover that what differentiates them from those who are in the lower, lower schools or lower grade schools is because of what they carry in terms of values, in terms of skills, in terms of experience, in terms of knowledge and all of that. So when you see a teacher that is earning 150 or 200K per month, and then you compare it with a teacher earning 25,000 or 20,000, or let's even say 30,000 per month, you will distinctively identify some differences in the areas where I've mentioned before, in the areas of values, in the areas of skill set, in the areas of knowledge, and in the areas of experience. So take this from me. If you want to stand out as a teacher and you want to build yourself to a level where you become the popular word hot cake, and then people, or let me say schools or learning institutions are looking for the type or the caliber of the qualities and the knowledge and the skill set that you have, I'm sure nobody will be patronizing you with peanuts in terms of money. Yes, nobody will be patronizing you with the kind of money that someone who have not exposed themselves or someone who have not really acquired the necessary skills or knowledge would be aiming for. So digital skills, yes, the digital elements in education that you can use and you can use for your own professional use. So I'm going to start by saying, okay, what are digital elements? Like I've said before that digital elements are what makes up the digital education. And I said digital education has been in existence for a very long time now. And it became more evident during the COVID-19 era where we had lockdowns all over the world. And then teaching and learning just have to go on. And then you see a lot of learning institutions coming up with digital platforms where teachers and learners can meet and then interact, and then teaching and learning can take place. So, and I said digital elements are what are the foundation of digital education, because when you want to have a digital education, you can't do that without digital elements. So those digital elements that I've introducing to you today are the foundation blocks of what makes up digital education. And they are all what we see and experience on the digital space. Like I am speaking, you can hear me, and then you can also see me, and you can also see my screen. These are digital elements coming together to make an information or to make to make communication possible. So without all these digital elements that is here and there, this communication would be meaningless. What if I am talking, you can't hear me? Or what if you can't see me you can't see me virtually like this, and then you can also see my screen? So how would communication take place? How we will say we're having a digital education just like we are having right now? So all these elements, by the time we start pointing them out, you will agree with me that without digital elements, there's nothing like digital education. So the fact is also that without the digital elements, there's no digital education, just like I've said earlier. So without going here and there, let's introduce us to some of the objectives that this training is going to offer. So the first one is that this training will get you familiar with all the digital elements that you'll be needing in your digital skills journey. And also, it's the forms that this digital element comes in. It's also important that you know the forms so that you can understand, you can identify them with their forms, and then you can understand what purpose they serve in the digital education arena. So just like we want to have a training, yes, we want to have a training, we already know that in that training, I'm going to need these digital elements this digital element, this digital element. So I already know the purpose that all those digital elements have. So I know that, okay, I need them to achieve what I want to achieve. Also, this one of the objectives of the training is to teach you how to combine this digital element for digital, just like I am doing right now. I am combining some digital elements together, and then you can see that it's making sense. Yeah, communication is taking place, teaching and then learning is also taking place. And lastly, the objective of the training is to let you know what you need to know when selecting a digital element. So let's go straight down to the digital elements that I want to show you today. So you can see this, my all right, so you can see this, my table. We have some of the major digital elements there in the digital space. We have starting with the audio, and then video, photo, link, icon, text, line, shape, color, table, frame, symbol, equation, chart, and grid. Now, take this from me. The very best place that you can start your digital skill journey is to understand all these digital elements. It is very, very important, because if you have a groundbreaking understanding of how these digital elements comes to be, how they are being made, how they are being reformed, how they are being processed, in fact, you are building a solid foundation for yourself, not only as a teacher, but also as a digital tool user. So in this training, I want to pick all of these digital elements and then break them down one after the other. But I don't know if time will permit us. So I'm going to I'm going to start from the beginning, and then wherever we stop, we're going to continue again next time. So on my time here, we have 4 minutes left for the first section. So I'm going to start wherever we stop. We'll take a 10 minutes breather, and then we'll come back by 11:50 for the second section. So I'll start by introducing you to the audio. Like I said earlier on, that digital elements are the things that we see and we experience around us, especially on the online space or the digital space. So the first one I want to introduce to you is the audio. Now, the audio is a type of digital element that is associated with the human hearing. Just like I am speaking, you can hear me. That is the audio version of this training. So without the audio, the way I am speaking, and you can also hear me, all of these things, you agree with me, will be meaningless. Maybe not totally, because you can see some text and all of that, but part of it is that we will not have the full benefit of this training. So the audio, or let me say audio, is a type of digital element that is common and is also associated with the human hearing. When you speak, someone hears you. And that is why you discover that we have platforms like podcast, and then music, and other digital platforms that are making huge money from audio. Imagine that there's no audio in the digital space. Just imagine that. What it means is that we will not have podcasts. We will not be listening to your favorite musicians and all of that. And then, I mean, it will be a boring place to live. You agree with me? So audio is a very important aspect or important element in the digital space that I can say we can't do without. Yes, we can't do without. We can't do without. So even the Almighty that gave us our 2 ears knows how important audio is in the human race or the human life. So when we talk about audio, for your better understanding, they can be categorized into 3. We have what we call lossy audio format. We have what we call lossless audio format. And then we have what we call uncompressed audio format. So we are running out of time. We have, I think, 1 minute and some seconds. So I don't want to be caught off guard. So we're going to continue from discussing what lossy, lossless, and uncompressed audio means after the break. It's just 10 minutes break. By 10:50, we're going to be resuming the training. So I want you to go on the chat and then start talking about what you've learned so far. Tell others that the training is real, is live, and then you are gaining a lot of value. So let them know, let them be motivated to join. So I'm going to see you again after the break, and then we'll continue from the various formats of audio. All right, welcome back from the first section. So we started with digital elements in education, and I talked about what digital element is, and I said that there is no digital education without digital element. And then I've also explained what the audio file is, and I said audio is the type of digital element that is associated with the human hearing. And I talk about the importance of audio in the digital space. You talk about platforms like Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, and a host of others. You will discover that those platforms can never exist if the audio digital element is not in existence. And I was talking about the lossy, the lossless, and uncompressed audio format before we went for our break. And I said the lossy audio format comes in different formats. We have the MP3 file, and then we have the AAC file. The MP3 file is the most common format of audio. The reason is because it's generally recognizable, generally accepted, but the thing is that it is lossy in nature. What that means is that when you compress an audio file that has been encoded in MP3, it loses some sound quality. Yes, it loses some sound quality. So that's why we call it lossy, from the word lose. So when you convert, or when you move an audio file from one place to another, especially the MP3 file, it loses its quality. Now, the AAC file, which is the advanced audio coding, also loses quality, but not as much as the MP3 format. The AAC, which is the advanced audio coding, of course, is being used mostly by platforms like WhatsApp. When you do WhatsApp recording, yes, the audio of those recordings are encoded in AAC file. And then sometimes you want to use those files in another platform. Maybe you want to use the audio, maybe for editing purposes or educational purposes. You have to still convert those files into MP3 files. Don't forget I said the MP3 file is what the universally recognized or acceptable file format. Then we also have the lossless audio file format. For example, the type of those lossless format is the FLAC, which is the free lossless audio codec. If you go to those who uses this format are those in the recording studios. Yes, maybe those are into music production or sound production and all of that. So these are the type of format that they make use of. And then lastly, we have the uncompressed type of audio. And an example is the WAV, which is the waveform audio file. This type of audio format does not lose quality. It is in between lossy and lossless. So it is when you start converting start doing conversion from WAV form to MP3, because some platforms will not accept WAV forms. So you need to convert those audio files into MP3. If you do a recording on your laptop, if you have a laptop and then you do a recording on your laptop, the recording is encoded in waveform audio file. So we also have some other platforms that produces the waveform record file. Most times it is true recording. When you do an audio record on maybe your device, most of those record comes in WAV form. So that is that about audio. Audio is very important element in the digital space, in digital education. When you use it for teaching and learning purpose, it's so important, because without audio, digital education is meaningless. You agree with me? Yes. So let's move on. So let's talk about the video, which is another digital element in the digital space. And the video is a type of digital element that is capable of housing other digital elements in creating a desirable outcome. What do I mean by that? Now, when you have a video and the video is being played, you see the motion pictures, right? Then underground it, you hear some audios, some sound effects and all of that. Why is that? Is because the video digital elements most of the times do not operate alone. You see it housing other elements. In fact, it is one of the most important digital elements in the digital space, because it is possible of housing most of all these digital elements: audio, image, icon, text, colors, and all of that. They can work together with the video element. That's why you see platforms like the YouTube, the movie industries, the Netflix, the TikTok, the skit makers industries. You see these industries making billions and billions of dollars in terms of revenue, because the video digital element happens to be one of the most used elements in the digital space. Apart from the fact that it's being most used, it is the most appealing. If you put an audio file, an image file, and then an audio file down, and you ask someone to pick one for pleasure, for entertainment, they definitely go for the video. You agree with me? So the video is one of the most important digital elements in the digital space. And then we have different formats that a video can come in different forms. And I also said the video is the only audiovisual element in the digital space. What that means is that it can house both the audio and the motion pictures. Yes, it can house the audio and the motion picture. Just not only that, when we talk about visual, it's just not the motion picture. When you talk of visual, a text can be visual, an image can be visual, an icon can be visual, color, and all those things still fall under the visual element. So the video houses all those elements together to create a desirable outcome. And that's why it's one of the most used elements in the digital space. So when we talk about the best format, we have a lot of formats anyway for video. But the best format is this four I have listed there. We have the MP4, we have the MOV, we have the AVI, and we also have the MPEG. The MP4 is the universally used format for videos. The videos on your mobile phone, on your laptop, most of them, you find them in MP4. In fact, there are some video players that if your video is not MP4 encoded, they won't play, right? So the most of the video player you have there can access MP4 video formats. So that's why most of these video produced, most of them are produced in MP4 format. But the thing about MP4 is that it is lossy in nature. What that means is that when you compress an MP4 video format, it loses quality. Sometimes you want to download movies on any platform online. You see, they'll tell you mobile version and all of that. And then you see the sizes, right? You see the mobile version, the size is smaller compared to maybe the YouTube version or the laptop version and all of that. And then when you download for mobile version, you see the motion pictures still a bit, clearer. You can still see all the motion pictures in the video. And when you take it to a larger screen, you discover that it gets blurry. The pictures, the motion pictures, they are not as sharp, clear, of good quality compared to when you are watching that same video on your mobile phone, right? So that is MP4 for you, and it does not consume too much file size. And that's why it is universally used across the digital space. And then we also have the MOV, which is the QuickTime Movie. Now, the QuickTime Movie is mostly used on streaming platforms like maybe Facebook video, Netflix, all these recent online TVs that we have, Ibaka TV, Showmax, and all of that. Most of their videos are in QuickTime Movie. The reason is because QuickTime Movie video format, does not lose quality. And that's why if you go to those platforms to stream videos, you see that the quality of the video is there. Yes, it's there. It does not lose quality of the video. And then we also have the audio video interleave, which is mostly used on TV. So most of the motion pictures you see on your TV are encoded in AVI. And then we also have the MPEG-2. The MPEG-2 video format is used for burning, when you want to burn a video into DVD. Like you want to burn. When we say burn, it's not like physical setting something on fire. No, that's not what the terminology means. Burn in the sense that you want to transfer a video from maybe an other storage into a DVD disc, right? That you can slot into your DVD player and then play. So the the acceptable video format for such thing is the MPEG format. So the next digital element I would like to introduce to you is the image element. The image element is a type of digital element that is associated with the human scene, like what you see. And you discover that if you look around you, it's mostly images. Your eyes, the capture in pictures, right? And then send to your brain, and then your brain interprets it, right? So when you see an image, you can easily interpret what the image is. Like the image I have on my left hand there, it's a rabbit, right? And then it's as if the rabbit is putting on a cloth, and then you can see the eyes, the fur, and then the teeth and all of that. So you can give interpretation to that image. And then you have another image of someone carrying an image icon, trying to put it on the cloud, something like that. So image is another digital element that is very, very popular. In fact, it's the most popular because you see them all around you on your mobile phone or internet space and all of that. Even physically, you see images around you. So we have different types of images. We have still images, we have nature images, we have digitally created images, we have acts, right? So we have different types of images, and then the image digital element is the only element that has the largest file format compared to other digital elements. The image have different file formats, a lot of them that you can't even, we can't mention them all. So I've tried to select the most popular, the best image format that we have. So I'm going to be showing you the format now. One thing I also want to talk about on image as a digital element, why it is important is because sometimes you want to pass an information and then you put it maybe on the flyer, right? You have a flyer to pass that information. You have, in fact, recently on the digital space, you have what we call memes or memes, where you have a funny quote written by someone, and then it is being publicized on the internet space. So with this, you can agree with me that the image digital as a digital element, it's so popular and mostly, or let me say widely used by those who use the internet space or the digital space. So we have various image formats, but I have selected these, which are the best of the best we have out there. And the first one is the JPEG 5 format. Now, the JPEG 5 format can be compared to the MP3 and the MP4, respectively, in the video and audio format. Now, the reason is because the JPEG format is also a lossy type of image format. What that means is that when you have a JPEG image file with a certain size, if you want to reduce the size of that image, you compress it, right? When you compress that image, it loses this file size. It also, it reduces the file size. It also reduces the image quality. So when you want to use an image and then you want the image to maintain its quality, you might not want to put that image in a JPEG format, right? And then we also have the PNG, which is the portable network graphic. Now, unlike the JPEG format, which is a lossy file type, the PNG is lossless in the sense that it maintains the quality of your picture, regardless of the size. It maintains the quality of the picture. Now, we also have what we call the graphics interchange format. The graphics interchange format, when you hear the word interchange, graphics interchange format, interchanging, is like graphics interchanging. It's just like the way I'm moving my hands now, the way I'm moving my hands, it's an image interchanging. It's like I'm moving my hand. This is one image, this is another image, this is another image, this is another image, and then you put them together, and then it's not as if it's a video. So you see most of the stickers or the graphic interchange format, you see them on WhatsApp. Sometimes you see an action, a funny action being taken place, and then it's repeating itself over and over again, over and over again without stopping. So that is what a GIF image format is. So sometimes you see most of these stickers online that's funny stickers and all of that. So those are image types, but they are called graphics interchange format. And then we also have web picture format, which is mostly used for websites because they have a small file size, but they have a good quality. Small file size, good quality. So they are used on websites so that the website can load those images fast as possible. So we also, if you compare the WebP and the JPEG, the higher the size, the higher the quality of the picture. The lower the size, the lower the quality. But the WebP does not matter. The image of the size can be very small, but the quality of the picture is good. Then we also have the tagged image file format, which is also a lossless image format type. Regardless of the size of the picture, it still maintains the quality of the picture. Yes. And then we also have vector image. As you can see on my screen, we have some images in blue color, and then we have some in orange color. Now, we call them the vector image. Okay, let me quickly tell the differences between a raster image and a vector image. Now, a raster image, what it means is that when you zoom in into the image, just a description now, when you zoom in into the image, you will discover that the image gets blurry. It's not as quality as the original size of the image. When you zoom in, you see that it started getting blurry. That's what we call a raster image. But a vector image, on the other hand, when you zoom in into them, they still maintain the quality. You can see the sharpness of the image. the sharpness of the picture still does not change. It's the way it is at the original size of the picture. When in fact, when you zoom in, you also see the quality of the picture there. So that is what a vector image is. So we have them in various formats like scalable vector graphics, SVG. You see, you have them like PDF, which is a portable document format. So when you have a PDF file, which can contain image and text, when you zoom in a PDF file, you discover that the text does not get blurred. It still has that, that quality, that sharpness. Where either you zoom in or zoom out, the quality of the image or the text is not affected. And then we also have the raw file, which file format, which is the file format that comes with pictures generated from camera. So if you take a camera and then, if you take a picture with your camera, by default, such pictures comes as a raw file. We can relate that to this uncompressed. So we can say they are uncompressed files. Okay, so you need to now process those files. You can process them into any of the formats that I've mentioned, like the JPEG, PNG, GIF, WebP, TIFF, depending on what you want to use the image for. So that is why purpose is very, very key. Like I have stated in the objective of this training, that the purpose at which you want to use a particular digital element is very, very key. So you have an idea of what you want to do, right? And then you need to know, you need to have the understanding of the digital elements that you want to combine together to achieve your desirable outcome. And then at which format those digital elements should come, so that everything you are compiling together will make perfect sense. So that is the essence of this particular training. That's why we call it digital elements in education and how to master them for professional use. So having a basic understanding or a better understanding of all these digital elements I have mentioned is very, very important as you start your journey in digital skill. So imagine having a good grasp of all of these digital elements, how they are being formed, how they are being produced, how you can manipulate them, how you can change them from one form to another, and how you can combine them together to create something fantastic. So that is the essence of this training. So we are already out of time, and then we will continue from the third digital element, which is the picture or the image element, and then we'll move on to link when next we meet. So the assessment to this training is going to be sent to the platform. So I want you to take the assessment to check your understanding of what you have learned concerning this training. So I'll see you next time when we meet again to continue this topic.